Hello guys, it's me Karthik. Hope you guys are doing really good. So in this video we are going to talk about JDBC client, which is a new feature added as part of Spring 3.2. Okay, so Spring 3.2 is providing this JDBC client. What is the purpose of this? Why we need to use all those things we are going to learn as part of today's tutorial. So basically JDBC client means what? It needs to connect to the database and do that DB related operations like insert, select, update, right? So you might be asking like there were some other libraries also available, right, which are doing the similar sort of thing. But if you're good at SQL and something, let me show you something like this where you are good at writing SQLs and you wanted to use a fluent API. Fluent API means something like this, where it's easy to understand, it's easy to maintain and modify. Okay, this is very similar to the REST client implementation. Okay, that's when JDBC client comes into picture. Okay, which is built on top of JDBC template and it provides an abstraction to connect the database. Okay, something like this. So here I'm using JDBC client. That's it. Am I doing any configuration? No. Beneath this, Spring Boot will only take care of all the configurations. You simply need to start using as part of your application something like this. Okay, that's the major advantage of using JDBC client. Now, let's implement one example like this where I am going to create a table and insert the data into the table with the help of JDBC client. So in order to start using this, I need to create a Java application, right? Which is a Spring Boot application. So I am here in Spring Initializer and let me take a project something like JDBC client. Okay. I have taken something like this here com.jdbc client. Okay, something like this I have taken. Okay, now maybe jdbc dot client would be good. Okay, now I have taken a val packaging and java of 21. Here what are the things I have added? Spring web in order to create a controllers and create microservices. I have added this. Lombok will add me that setters and getters future easily. Spring data jpa I wanted to connect to the database, so I have added this. Now let's generate this application. I hope you guys will follow the same thing. Okay, if you have some other libraries for your business requirement, please do add them as well. Okay, now let me copy paste it someplace, maybe somewhere here. Okay, now let me extract this. Okay, so somewhere here I have extracted. Now let me add that here. Okay, open with IntelliJ and here as part of this JDBC client I am opening this as a new project. Okay, now in my case I wanted to use MariaDB and as a SQL, and in your case you will be using something else as well. Okay, so let me get that MariaDB jar file here, I mean POM dependency here. Maybe something like MariaDB client will be there. MariaDB client, I believe. Yeah, I think this guy only. Okay, this is the one I needed. I wanted to connect with database, right? So I have opened here JDBC client. It is starting now. In the meantime, let me add this dependency as well, and this will start the it will start that dependent, resolving that. Okay, in the meantime what I can do is I can get other application properties related to database. Okay, something like dialect, username, password, database, data source URL. So all those things work here. So let me take those items. Okay, I don't think I need DDL update. I don't need that. Other items I need it. So let me take that and add it as part of my application properties. So here in resources, application properties, let me add them and refresh them. Okay. So here it is trying to do that dependencies. Okay, resolving the dependencies. Cool. Okay, and here I can use server dot port as well. Server dot port is equal to 9014. Okay, this will start that dependencies. Okay, cool, nice. Now here I am here, right? So let me create a package here called service package, and in this let me create a bookmark service. Bookmark service. Okay, this is nothing but my service. Before to that, let me execute this particular SQL so that I can create a table in my database. Okay, this is a table I have. Okay, I don't have this EDSQL up, so let me bring my EDSQL. This will connect with me to the database. Okay, so let me, do we have any, yeah, okay, there is some data is there, that's okay. So let me drop this table, drop table bookmarks. So this is dropped. Select star from bookmarks. Is it there? No, does not exist. Good. Now let me create this here. This is nothing but a big int varchar of 255, which is name, which is title, sorry, and URL here, and created. So here you could see what are there as part of this table. Table is nothing but this is having ID, which is a primary key, and title and URL, and created it. Okay, so let me execute this. So create table, yes, I think it got executed. Now let me do select a star from bookmarks table. Now you could see it got executed. Now what we need to do is, as part of this example, we need to insert the data into this particular bookmark table with the help of JDBC client. Okay, so what are the things we have? ID, title, and URL. Created it is a default field, so I don't need to worry. Let's create a projo of this type. So in order to do that, I need to take a package called model, and here inside this model, let me take a Java class called bookmarks. um, I think that should be good. Okay, bookmarks. So here private, this is long ID, and private string title, and private string what we have is URL. Okay, and this is nothing but at the rate data, next at the rate all args constructor, next at the rate no args constructor. Cool, we have these items with us. Okay, cool. Now we have this service, right? Let me take annotate with that service, and here let me take rx constructor so that I can do constructor injection. Okay, so private final JDBC client will be there. Now you could see it is coming from here, JDBC client. It is nothing but JDBC client. Okay, now let's create a method of void type as of now, private void insert record. Okay, record. We will take bookmarks as a field here, which this pojo we should insert into the table. Okay, so something like bookmarks. So as you can see here, we are not creating any entities here. We are not creating any JPL repositories, nothing. We have simply created this table. This you can do directly in your environment or with the help of some other, like Flyway, a sort of library also you can create that. Okay, so I have created something like this. Now what we need to do? Okay, so here let's first write the SQL, which is nothing but insert into what is the table name? Table name is nothing but bookmarks, right? So table name, and here values are nothing but ID, title, and URL. Okay, values. This is nothing but my SQL. Okay, now JDBC client dot here SQL. What is my SQL? This is nothing but my SQL. Now here we have this question marks, right? That means we need to pass on that values properly, right? So how can we do that? With the help of params list dot of, then bookmarks dot get ID. Okay, this is the first thing. Then bookmarks dot get title. Okay, then bookmarks dot get URL. Okay, get URL. These are the fields we have. Now let's update this. That means this SQL is going to be executed properly. Now what it is returning is, it is returning an integer value saying how many records were impacted. Here one record is getting returned, so that it is returning. Now let's return this particular value here. Let me take int so that I can show you how many records were getting created. Okay, so I have got this properly. This is my service. Now what I need to do, I need to create a controller as well, right? So let me take a package called controller. Now as part of this, let me take bookmarks controller, bookmarks controller, which is nothing but my rest controller, and this is our logs constructor and private final bookmark service. Okay, this is nothing but my service, and here this is the post mapping that we are doing. Okay, so at the rate post mapping, and value is equal to, let's say, like add bookmark. Okay, let's create a similar thing here, like public int add bookmark of, this is nothing but request body. So from our API input we are taking, so bookmarks is nothing but, let me take this. Okay, now we have the service, right? Now let's call that service directly here. Okay, why? Okay, this is private, I kept it, right? Okay, now cool, I think we are good to go. Let's run this and see what we can do. Okay, maven spring boot colon run. This should run our application. Okay, In the meantime, let me try to set up my postman so that I am good to use this. So this is the first time, but I think it might take little bit of time. Now you could see release version. Okay, release version is not supported. Okay. Okay, compiling, I think, okay, I think Java 21 is not there. So let me use one thing here in pom.xml. Instead of 21, let me take 17. 17 should be there, yeah. Let me resolve this Maven dependencies here. I think JDK 17, it is trying to pick now. Let's see, here it is trying to pick. Okay, in the meantime, 9014. Okay, I think you could see here our application is up and running. It 9014 is a 9014. Yes, I have used 9014. And what is my controller here? Add a bookmark. So this is nothing but add a bookmark, and bookmarks is this. Okay, I think we are good to go here. Okay, let me click on send. You could see one. Okay, so if I use this select star, sorry, select star, yeah, you could see one record got inserted. Now let me insert with the same name with different value, different URL. I could see two records will be there, right? Cool. Now in our next video, we are going to select the number of records based on the title. Okay, so let's get into that directly in next video.